Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC B1230 specifically indicates a short in the sunlight sensor circuit, which plays a vital role in adjusting the climate control settings based on the amount of sunlight detected. The sunlight sensor is typically located on the dashboard near the windshield. This sensor provides critical feedback to the climate control unit, helping it regulate interior temperatures effectively. When this sensor malfunctions, it can lead to improper climate control performance, which may affect passenger comfort. Understanding the DTC code B1230 is essential for diagnosing issues related to overheating or cooling inconsistencies inside the vehicle. This presentation will guide you through troubleshooting DTC B1230, ensuring that you can address this issue effectively. DTC B1230 refers to a short in the sunlight sensor circuit. This circuit is crucial because the sunlight sensor feeds data to the climate control unit, which adjusts the cabin temperature depending on sunlight exposure. Typically situated on the dashboard adjacent to the windshield, the sunlight sensor utilizes photodetectors to measure light intensity. When it detects an increase in sunlight, the climate control unit will alter the air conditioning or heating settings to maintain comfort levels. If this circuit is shorted, the sensor may not function properly, resulting in unusual temperature fluctuations inside the cabin. Therefore, identifying and correcting issues with the sunlight sensor circuit is essential for ensuring optimal climate control functionality. Several factors can lead to the appearance of DTC B1230. One primary cause is the presence of wiring issues, such as frayed wires or loose connections, which can interrupt the flow of electricity to the sunlight sensor. Another possible cause is a faulty sunlight sensor itself, which may not be able to accurately detect light and provide the correct data to the climate control unit. Additionally, a failure within the climate control unit can also affect how the vehicle responds to the sunlight readings. Diagnosing these issues requires a systematic approach, starting with verifying the existence of the DTC and then testing each component in the circuit to isolate the problem. It's crucial to follow these steps to determine the exact cause effectively. When DTC B1230 is present, drivers and passengers may experience inaccurate climate control responses. This issue could manifest as inconsistent heating or cooling, regardless of the settings chosen. Additionally, there may be noticeable temperature fluctuations inside the vehicle, which can lead to discomfort for occupants. A dashboard warning light or indicator may illuminate, signifying that a diagnostic trouble code such as B1230 is registered in the system. If these symptoms are observed, it is essential to investigate the sunlight sensor circuit promptly to prevent further complications. Proper diagnosis will help ensure that climate control functions effectively, maintaining a comfortable environment in the vehicle. The first step in troubleshooting DTC B1230 is to clear the Diagnostic Trouble Code (DTC) using the HDS or Honda Diagnostic System. This process resets the vehicle's computer, allowing the system to begin fresh and recheck for any current errors. Next, turn the ignition switch to the lock 0 position, then back to the on I position. This activation can reinitialize the vehicle's electronic systems and may resolve minor glitches. Following this, perform a self-diagnostic with the HDS or the climate control unit to check for any stored DTCs. If DTC B1230 reappears, it indicates a persistent issue in the sunlight sensor circuit. If it does not, there may be an intermittent failure that could relate to loose wiring or poor connections, which should also be checked. The second step in the troubleshooting process focuses on checking the sunlight sensor itself. Once the initial diagnostics are completed, the next task is to test the sunlight sensor to determine whether it is functioning appropriately. This can involve using specific testing equipment to measure its output under various light conditions. If the sunlight sensor tests properly and is deemed okay, you will proceed to the next step in the troubleshooting guide. However, if the sensor is found to be malfunctioning or defective, it is necessary to replace it with a new unit. Ensuring that the sunlight sensor operates correctly is crucial, since a faulty sensor leads to incorrect climate control performance. The third step requires you to confirm the integrity of the wire associated with the sunlight sensor circuit. Begin by turning the ignition switch to the lock 0 position to ensure safety. Next, disconnect the climate control unit by removing the 32P connector, which allows access to the T-Sun wire. After disconnection, check for continuity between test points 1 and 2. Test point 1 is located at climate control unit connector number 21, typically marked with PUR for purple, while test point 2 connects to body ground. If continuity exists, this indicates a short to body ground within the wiring connecting the climate control unit to the sensor. If continuity is not present, the T-Sun wire itself is likely intact, prompting a need to replace the climate control unit as the cause of failure. After completing the necessary repairs, it is crucial to verify that the problem has been resolved. Start this process by confirming that all repairs have been accurately executed and that components have been reconnected properly. Next, retest the sunlight sensor to ensure it is functioning as expected following replacements or repairs. After confirming its operational status, the final step is to check the DTC status again using the HDS. If DTC B1230 does not reappear, it indicates that the repair has been successful. If the code is still present, further investigation may be warranted to identify other potential issues within the circuit. To avoid encountering DTC B1230 in the future, implementing a preventive maintenance plan is essential. This plan should include regular inspections of the wiring associated with the sunlight sensor to check for frays, cuts, or any signs of deterioration. Additionally, connectors should be examined for damage, as loose or corroded connections can also cause issues within the circuit. Keeping the sunlight sensor clean and free from obstructions will ensure it can accurately measure sunlight conditions, which enhances its performance. By proactively maintaining these components, the likelihood of experiencing the DTC B1230 will significantly decrease, promoting overall vehicle reliability and comfort. In conclusion, DTC B1230 signals a short in the sunlight sensor circuit, impacting the vehicle's climate control functionality. Understanding the importance of this circuit is key to comprehending how sunlight affects interior comfort levels. By following the outlined troubleshooting steps systematically, you can identify and address the source of the malfunction effectively. It's also important to remember that performing regular maintenance on wiring, connectors, and the sunlight sensor itself can prevent future issues. Proactive care not only enhances vehicle performance, but also contributes to a more satisfactory driving experience. By staying vigilant and addressing issues promptly, you can ensure long-term reliability and comfort in your Honda Civic. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.